Good day, lords and ladies of the internet. I am your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I welcome you back to Bobby Simulator, otherwise known as This is the Police! The Mafia War is almost over, and the winner is soon to be decided. Let's see what the newspapers have to say. Confectionery reduces staff. It happens. School girl struck dead by lightning. Poor thing. Legendary actor Paul Spagat giving masterclass in Freiburg. Wonder why he's doing that. Okay, the day is here, so let us begin. Let's just put on my chopin, because I love my chopin. Ah, marvelous, so relaxing. Black protest. Federal law prohibits public gatherings close to municipal buildings. The blacks are planning a protest today in the front of City Hall. This is a direct threat to the life of Mayor Rogers. Eliminate this threat by any means necessary. I'm sorry, I get a 10% increase whenever I request a raise. Oh, that's so stupidly tiny. Alright, black protest. About 100 black people have surrounded City Hall chanting, "We want attention." Well, I have to send 4 officers, SWAT, and a paddy wagon. Fair enough. Jack, Mayor Rogers is misinterpreting the law in his favor. In fact, federal law allows public events near municipal buildings, including the mayor's office, provided the event is peaceful. We'd better cover our asses. Evidence against Jonathan Hode. We can plant some unpleasantries in some officer's safe. Say a diary featuring segregation ramblings and other extremist literature. We can't even say he tried distributing white... let's go with evidence against sand. Sure. You're Jonathan Hode, aren't you? Yeah. I don't want to do that. The Vigors need help. One of our friends hid a big bag of explosives for us in the forest. We sent a couple of guys to retrieve it, but only one came back, and he had his tongue cut out. We better find out what happened to the other guy. Why, hello there! You look old. Why are you old? But God, there is a lot of things here. I have 4 cop slots. Okay, which one needs the more experienced person? Probably the shift we're on, so you, shift B. You have 850 professionalism. But you also look old, so... yeah, that'll do. Well, all my guys are currently working on something, so... Domestic disturbance. A call just came in from an elderly woman named Sarah Whitkinson. She's concerned about a baby crying and other shouts coming from her neighbor's house. She's always known the child to be quiet and well-behaved. Might as well go see what that's all about, then. Suppress the protest by force. Sure, I've been given no choice. I wonder if that works in the way that it'll get me on what I'm gonna call it.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
310 complete.
You did not need help. Oh, we need help. Shut up. What's going on here? Mass riot, football stadium. Oh, that's not good. Football fans have started a massive fight at the stadium. The police are trying to keep order, but the crowd isn't cooperating. Okay, I think I need as many people as possible for that. There we go. The Vargas need help. Several of Sans' cars are following one of our couriers. The courier is driving around in circles trying to lose their tail, but San might overtake him if nobody steps in. Percy, you might as well.
We've got a situation.
Smoke bombs have gone off throughout the stadium and people are beating each other mercilessly. Honestly, hit them with tear gas. Hey, if no one gets harmed by tear gas, I'll take that as a win. Carjacking. A woman called to report a carjacking. I was driving to work, stopped at a red light, and a man ran up to a car and pulled me right out through the window. Hurry, there's traffic jams everywhere. He couldn't have gotten far. Well, let's send Little, Hang, and Asano then. Sans needs help. It's today or tomorrow the war ends. Good work, people. I actually need to check. The Mafia War concludes on day 29, which means that retiree Samantha Rendon was looking out her window when she saw two young girls break the window of a nearby house, then paint the words traitor and, I'm not saying that, on the wall. Well, Purdy and Pursley, let's go! I'm determined to get Pursley into a proper professional thing. Prosecutor's office. City prosecutors have reason to believe that you seriously exceeded your judicial powers. I mean, I'm already making literally no money. I don't think you can physically legally lower it anymore. I still need to make minimum wage after all. The punks have a new lieutenant, and to make himself look good for Varga, he kidnapped the daughter of a senior member of our family. We've learned the address of the house where she's being taken, and we've sent some of our people out, but we don't know what we're going to find there. It's a perfect situation for police backup. I'm really starting to feel that maybe I should have just gone with Sans. Just because half of these things sound like Sans things. And frankly, if I went with Sans, I could just frankly ignore them. Probably, too. Detective died during the investigation. What? What about this? Well, now we've got 5 lab coats, so it's clearly the lab coat guy. I just need to work out the order. There we go. Nice. So, theft, suburb. Colin Marcus lives in a luxurious house with a swimming pool. Colin Marcus spends much of his time at work. Well, I'm going to believe that he's in at work, but I'm sending people to both. For obvious reasons. So, how did my investigations guy die? Out of interest. I mean, granted, he may not have been exactly the best person, but still. You know, I'm getting good at sending them to the right place. Well done. Well done. Which means you were nothing, so... Excellent. Excellent. Well done, chaps. What is with these 2 chips? Dead souls. Each of your employees receives a weekly salary. The ones who are still alive, anyway. But if you bury the paperwork, you can pull in some money from any deceased officer's salaries, so long as they're alive and healthy on paper. City Hall will keep printing perfectly healthy paychecks. We need to do some paperwork for this dead employee. Officially declare this person dead. Keep the body in the morgue. I'm not an arse. If they're dead, they're dead. Keep them dead. You have to be elderly, so... Stuffed toys purchased for orphanage. Found toxic. Hearse crashes into ambulance. No survivors. Wow. Price of alcohol to increase by 60%. Oh, that's gonna piss off a lot of people. Kazui and Somali got food poisoning and expect to be in hospital for the next 5 days. You drank too much. Fine, but come in tomorrow. Well, I'm glad I hired the extra people for this shift, is all I can say if I'm missing 2 people. Although one of them has kind of just been bad. Please tell me that you weren't the person leading the case. Good. Good. Just needed to make sure. Prosecutor's office. Don't prepare for to get ready for the up-hearing thing tomorrow. Right. So yeah, as I was wondering. Yeah, I thought you were old. I thought you were old. But you're very, very professional. So I feel the need to keep you. Vandalism. Corn Monument. An elderly woman has reported that children wearing hoodies have painted rude words on a nearby monument. Everts, why don't you go?
411 in progress.
Suicide threat. A teenage girl slipped past the skyscraper guards and found her way onto the roof. She's now standing on the edge. A guard called the police and said that the girl was too afraid to approach the girl. He could tell the girl was serious. Then let's send the new guy, Dixon, and the old lady, who apparently doesn't have a rank.
411 in progress.
Suicide threat, again. A trucker saw a teenage boy jump over the safety fence in the middle of the bridge. The driver stopped and tried to talk to the boy, and the boy became hysterical, screaming, "Don't come any closer or I'll jump." The Vargas need help. Birch, get on it. Our guys took out a big rake belonging to Sans, sent it flying into the river. Everything was going great, but our people were stopped by a local gamekeeper who was holding them at gunpoint. Says they can wait until the police arrive or we'll shoot them. Think you can send one of your guys to take care of it? Sure, why not, I guess.
411 complete.
Excellent. Well done, but new guys.
411.
We've done well. As for this suicide threat, offender caught.
110B in
I
progress.
love how it's considered an offender. Hit and run. A pedestrian said that he saw a dark pickup careen onto the sidewalk and hit 2 teenage skateboarders. He didn't even slow down. He just smeared those poor kids and kept driving straight ahead. The drunk freak. Yeah, that needs to be dealt with. Let's do that, guys.
413 in progress.
Animal assault. We received a rambling call from a man who claims that he returned home from work to find a huge cat sitting on his doorstep, crouching and ready to attack. It was growling like a Tyrannosaurus, stuttered the victim. Vandal, you can go. Why not? Pretty slow day, actually.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hot Spot.
Alright, we'll continue some reinforcements, I guess. Really? Disorderly conduct. A pensioner looked out of her window and saw a crowd of naked people running through the street. She didn't know what to think and called her neighbor, who had also witnessed the outrageous spectacle. The women together called the police and demanded immediate explanation. The explanation is, we're handling it. Well done, everyone. Well done.
413.
Animal assault. The report to Catasaurus Rex is just an ordinary neighbor's pet and poses no threat to anyone. Didn't think it did. Didn't think it did. I am impressed you two did it by yourselves. Well done. We're taking another run at Santa's ranch. This time we've learned from our mistakes and we're much better equipped. But Mr. Vargas still wanted to invite you along for the party. In fact, he insists you come. I am happy with that. I'm fine taking down his ranch. I shouldn't do that, actually, considering we're attacking Sans directly now. Sans needs help. I guess Mr. Sand is leaving Freeburg, but some punks somehow learnt the route and prepared an ambush. It's turning into a shootout. We need any help we can get. As you go. Off you go, then. Sand needs help. Christopher Sand's Ice Arena. Looks like Varga let a bunch of angry punks off the leash, and now they're brawling with our men right outside the ice ring. There's a few dozen people in the brawl, so the police had better step in and cool things off. Man, there's a lot of activity going on with Mafia right now.
16 in progress.
Unlawful assembly.
12 in
Destruction of property. The hell is this? People wearing white caps have gathered outside City Hall, demanding a return of the good old days of segregation and... Really? What's this one? Destruction of property. Supermarket manager Sophia Franco reports that an elderly man deliberately overturned the vegetable table and is refusing to pay for the damage. He tried to escape, but the... Alright, you know what? Smith, you can probably handle that yourself. If we wait a bit, yes. Now we can send everything to this. Right. Let's see what this could be then. Simon Gornovich owns a garage that serves as the headquarters of the Wheels of Empire biker gang. He's always seen wearing white sneakers. After the robbery, Anton Trevgard, however the hell I say that name, brought the loot back to the garage. He was alone, carrying a large bag. So it can't be that one. Or that one, because he's alone. Or that one, because that's not the man. Simon Gornovich stored the stolen jewels in a small safe. The safe is hidden behind a dead-end road sign in a hanging wall. Well, that's clearly one of them, then. Oh, no, Anton brought the loot back. Don't quite think we've got enough, then. What about this homicide? Alright, Mr. Hall, Michael Hall. God, I've seen a black sedan pull up to the building. Two men, one in a raincoat, got out. They passed me without saying anything. Secretary, I heard the elevator and turned and I saw two scary men. I didn't see any weapons, but they made it clear they'd kill me if I got in their way. Fair. Chief Financial Officer. It could have been a robbery. Elvis had a safe in his office. Don't know what he kept inside of it. Yes, I saw a couple of idiots, but I don't remember what time it was. I actually learned about the incident only later. The victim's wife. Elvis had his share of problems, but he preferred not to talk about them. But I knew there were some people trying to take away his business. He was going to offer them a bribe. Right. I cannot possibly have the right evidence right now, can I? Or maybe I do. Huh. Well, man, I wish I had some officers available. A reliable informant reports that Timothy was living here recently.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
Really? Okay, I'll send you one guy, I guess. I get one shot at this. Timothy previously worked as a bouncer at the night club. It's unknown whether he can still be found there now. Well, I'd rather go for the reliable source then. Well done, Smith. Well done. Unlawful assembly. Offender caught. Non-automatic weapon found. Now we can sell the non-automatic weapon, I guess. Bloody Hall wants to scam me out of my money. Excellent! Excellent! Case closed! Marvelous! The war is over. What? I was told it was day 29. Okay, so considering we now know this is the last day, we're going to be doing that tomorrow. And apparently the new detective that I hired decided he didn't want to actually work anymore. So, you know what? Fine.
11 complete.
The fuck? No. No. Fuck off. Okay. Let's try again, shall we?
11 complete.
Good. That's more like it. How did a citizen get killed last time if the offender was caught?
13 complete.
Right, Mr. Varga. Let's now make sure you win. It's time for the final assault on Sands's estate. Sands needs help. Well, I'm sorry, you're not getting any. I don't like you, Sands. You killed my friend. Just because I refused to work with you. And then you made me work with you anyway. That's not what a person does if you want them to work with you willingly.
16 in progress.
Unlawful assembly. Oh yes, this crap. You lose, Sands. Goodbye.
I was trying to raise 10
You do not need help. I was about to say, there was a lot of changes then. Did I just see a bunch of people die? Apparently not. So, we got the exact same things here. Ooh, we got different frames for you this time. Interesting. So, we don't have the right frames with you this time. It's funny how the investigator being on the scene this time actually made things worse. I wonder if I got the wrong sign, because what does it say he keeps it behind? Dead End Road. That's no entry. That actually might be the right... Of course it is. Alright, what do we got? Auto repairs shop. Simon enjoys working on bikes. Aha. And then... went out to buy a new pair of sneakers.
212.
I think it's the... enjoys working on bikes. Well, we can just hope I got the right one, I suppose. Please tell me it's the right one. It wasn't the right one. Fuck! The war is over. The tyrannical rule of the Sand family, which has lasted for generations, has come to an end. The criminal world of Freeburg is transformed beyond recognition. How exactly will it all end up? That's for Victus Viger to decide. Boo! Yeah. Zoo animals starving. Toilets stolen from City Hall. Freeburg host of the greatest lasagna in history. We have changed the Mafia. I must have a cutscene from changing the Mafia, right? Alright. Mr. Boyd, how do you feel about the Blacks' Right movement? I support it. All men are created equal, and blacks are no exception. Why did you send your officers to the... peaceful black rally? You can't protest near City Hall. By law, they had to find another place for his protest. I simply followed the law. Do you think the participants at the peaceful rally posed a threat to others? Definitely not. They were upstanding residents of our community who are dissatisfied with political inaction. In recent weeks, large-scale protests have rocked Freeburg. First, feminists marched in Desire Park, and today blacks gathered outside City Hall. What do you think the reason there is been such a rise in civic activism in the city? A new generation. Today's youth don't want to wait for Freeburg's conservative leadership to catch up. They want to make things happen right now. Boyd, are any of your friends black? Yes. Yes, I have many black friends. One of them is a federal agent. Mr. Boyd, did you give the order to suppress the hall? I can blame the Mafia. A Mafia boss called me at home and demanded that the protest be suppressed by force, otherwise my family would suffer. I swear to God, if you cut my paycheck again. Drunk student falls from the 5th floor, window, injured. Good, only injured, not dead. That's an improvement from normal. Accident at the reservoir, water runs out in 2 days. That's really bad. This fall, record rainfall in Freeburg. Then how are we gonna run out of water? I drank too much. Yes, but come in tomorrow. I accidentally broke my bathroom mirror while I was getting ready for work. My dad always has been my dad always said that it's 7 years bad luck, and I know it's probably that it's a silly superstition. It'll probably last only 7 hours, but it might be a good idea for me to take the good day off. Yes, but come in tomorrow. Because now we don't actually have to worry about the mafia crap now, at least. Hello! Paperwork! What are we doing with the paperwork?
You know when a police chief really feels his power?
When?
When he hires and fires people?
Probably not.
When he throws folks in jail?
Maybe a little.
When he's bossing everyone around all morning?
Yeah, probably helps.
No, there's no power there. Just bureaucratic red tape. Like directing traffic.
Huh.
Not that it's all bad. No, I feel it the most when people come to me with accusations.
Of?
Accusations happen outside the law. They don't need to be rational or supported by evidence. They don't petition justice in the careful words of legal formality. No, an accusation is a personal cry, full of resentment or envy, a defeated moan, or an angry howl.
Huh.
The accuser rarely imagines you'll share their resentment, their envy, their hatred. No, but they do imagine that your love of power is so strong that you'll leap to decide the fates of others, happy just to take someone's word for the facts. Businessmen accuse the gangsters blame our public figures,
Right.
Public figures denounce politicians, the politicians point to the businessmen.
Ah, it's just a circle.
When it comes to accusation, there's only one rule. Don't aim too high. If you overestimate your own importance, then complaining can cost you your life. So choose the easier path. Exaggerate as far as you can, and try to make your plea sound as sad and pathetic as possible.
Okay.
The accusation I received today sure didn't fit the normal mold.
What did you receive?
He'd taken down the family that had ruled Freeburg for 3 generations.
Right.
Within a few weeks of his ascension, Vickis Varga had already made it clear. He liked this town, and he was here to stay. Anyone with an objection would die.
Right.
According to the letter I'm holding, the apparent suicide of Hikaru Moto, coach of the Dragon's Lair Martial Arts Club, was actually staged by Connell O'Toole, a lieutenant of the Warg Mafia family.
Right.
O'Toole, under the protection of the Wargs, organizes illegal fights where anything goes. He recruits fighters, takes bets, and even makes a showing in the ring from time to time.
Right.
Once this huge Scotsman found himself in the ring with Hikaru Moto. O'Toole figured he could easily defeat the skinny Japanese man and put a lot of money on himself.
Makes
But
sense.
Hikaru Moto opened up with such punishing damage that O'Toole had to give in right away.
Never underestimate
O'Toole
your
might have
opponent.
given Moto the win that night, but a few days later he showed up with a gun at the man's house and demanded his money back. Hikaru refused, but O'Toole beat him until he showed him where the winnings were hidden.
Right.
O'Toole then shot Hikaru Moto in the head, scrawled out a quick suicide note, and left it next to the body with a gun. Looking at the photo of the red-headed thug, it's hard to imagine he was beaten by a fella half his size. And why would he kill him anyway?
Pride.
O'Toole
What else?
could have just beaten the crap out of Moto, taken the money, and walked. It's not like his victim could go to the police complaining about the theft of illegal proceeds. There is something wrong with this story.
Fair. I guess that's the experience of a police chief.
I'd
there.
have figured this letter the ramblings of a retired gangster looking to spice up his life with little excitement. The way the letter started, "My dear little old cupcake," I had every mind to toss it in the trash. But something else got my attention. They're rarely ever signed, but this one ended Robespierre.
Huh.
I doubt it's an imposter. No one would go against the most powerful group in the city, hoping to hide behind the name of some prankster clown. Like everyone else, I had no idea who Robespierre was or what he wanted. But there was no doubt that this guy was more than a little crazy. An arrogant psychopath. Could be dangerous. Definitely worth looking into.
Huh. Alright. So, where's the story going now, mate, I ask? Chinatown. Possible homicide. Hikaru Moto, an instructor at the Right. And then I've got you. Oh, apparently you're on shift today. Sure, why not? We can go straight to that. Funeral, Alex Polar. This man was an honest servant of the city. Today he was buried with military honors. Oh, good for him. Bank of Freeburg, robbery. 3 armed robbers wearing masks entered the building and demanded the manager open the safe. No, I don't think I need that. Mafia, your share. Well, that's hardly anything, so I'll take that all myself. Oh yeah, this is the same day, so of course it's gonna be he's on shift today. It's the same shift, people.
in progress.
Offender caught. Glorious. And now he's gone. Down with the gang. Give me my 30 grand.
We've got a situation.
The bank is
here.
located in the city centre, where there's a lot of traffic and civilians. Block the exit to the bank with a police cruiser. Sneak up to the front window and peek inside the bank. Take up a block the exit with a police cruiser. A woman's shouts can be heard from inside the bank. Wait until the robbers exit. Get the bullhorn. Attention, you are surrounded.
910B complete.
Booyah! Intimidation tactics! Trade union, assault. Well, I've got to wait for these two to get home, so...
In progress.
That requires a lot of people, apparently. We've just received an alert from a jewelry store. 6 armed men wearing... 6 armed men! Assault. A young woman, frightened to death, just called in from the trade union. A drunken factory worker broke into the building. The same man who yesterday visited the union demanding a return of the money that was withheld from his salary over the past 6 years. The man is shouting and threatening to break through the service window. Right. Beasley, get to work on the possible homicide, by the way. And then we get you. Armed robbery. Well... I'll send everything.
412A in progress.
I was trying to raise
I
10
don't have any extra people! Good. You don't need extra people. During the production of My Sweet Juliet the Zombie, the actors in the performance were buffled by flying eggs thrown by someone from the audience. The assault was accompanied by shouts, "Shame, necrophilia, how dare you mock such a classic." According to the elderly theatre guard, the eggs were thrown by 10 young girls, all dressed in white.
I was trying to raise 10
There is no one to send! You had the SWAT with you. If you needed help, there was something wrong.
311A in progress.
You know, I've been saying that we've had too little action for the last few days. Now we've got too much. Fight! A call just came in from a girl who went with her friends to a barbecue out by the sawmill. When the food was almost ready, a group of drunk students suddenly appeared, claiming that it was their spot. A massive fight broke out. There we go. The reception at City Hall doesn't have enough protection, You're lucky I didn't send all my officers then.
412A.
Good. Well done, you two. Maganama Jr. and Michelle. You are all very good. You two are very good officers. What the hell just happened to my officers?
311A complete.
Oh, they just arrived with the water cooler. Right, of course. Armed robbery. 3 armed thugs managed to rob the audience of a playhouse. Before the citizens realized what was happening, the criminals had already fled the scene. Until the last minute, everyone thought it was just part of the show. The cloakroom attendant says the robbers left in a yellow school bus. Let's see if the other guys get here in, like, 10 seconds. You know, just because I'd like to send the paddy wagon. Do, Dixon, paddy wagon, go. You! Jesus Christ! This is a hard day. This is a goddamn hard day. Even late at night, finding the right bus wasn't too difficult. The criminals abandoned it less than a mile from the... Check the motel. The motel manager reports 3 men threatened me with a gun and said when I said we have no more room. I put them in a room we already rented, but they won't be happy when our guests return. Order all civilians to return to the room and lock their doors and begin the assault. If I try to trick them, people will die.
910 complete.
There we go. Citizen safety first.
410 complete.
What about here? Nice! Well done, you lot! We're not getting the Mafia to sell an automatic weapon. Oh, I love how the pictures changed as well. That's kind of cool. So yeah, I should probably look at you. How the hell am I meant to know the difference between those two? Oh! Well, that works. Timothy Foster, unemployed, but according to unconfirmed reports, he's a cleaner for the Mafia. Ah! King Louis. Timothy previously worked as a bouncer. It's unknown if he's there now. And then this. They're not gonna get home in time, are they? God damn it all. What a day. Moser, ordered to work tomorrow. Yeah. We got your investigation to finish off tomorrow, so... yeah. Ooh, what's going on here? Ooh. This is me coming home, isn't it? Oh no, it's me going to my mother-in-law's house.
Oh, Jack, you always come back so late.
What's wrong? Bad news?
Good news, Jack. Laura is ready.
Ready how? She's coming back? When?
Not that fast, Jack. Laura's ready to talk. But if she's ready to talk, she's getting ready to come back. You just need to find the right words. You can find the right words, right, Jack?
I'm not an idiot.
Yes,
I
you
didn't
are.
ask for this, Jack. It's the middle of the night, and I'm alone on an old farm, 40 minutes away from anywhere, sat on a creaky porch, and now I'm getting snapped at. I came here so you could personally promise me that you'll be able to find the right words. So let's try again. You can find the right words, right, Jack?
I can find the right words, Mrs. Markham.
That's better, Jack.
Tomorrow night at 3 o'clock at the Octopus Restaurant. You know it?
Yeah, but it's closed at night.
Oh, I've arranged for them to be open. Don't be late. But don't come too early either.
But don't come too early either.
Mrs. Markham,
Yeah?
I should probably offer you some tea or something before you go.
Do you have any tea?
No.
Good night, Jack.
That's quite the relationship they have with each other. By on your report, more deaths than births in Freeburg. Not a surprise. Red Cat rescues girl from okay, very good. Debbie's Cafe charged with health and safety violations. Well, that's bad. I hope we didn't go there. No! Shut up, Pursley! Yes, but you can have to come in tomorrow. You don't get one. Oh, for God's sake. McCoy. I accidentally broke my bathroom. No, you may not. No, you may not take the day off. Are you old? I'm just giving Pursley a stripe right now. I like Pursley. I want Percy to get somewhere. Wait, if I just got a stripe, does that mean I've got new people already? Nope, this has not changed. Right, homicide then. Purdy, no. Yeah, Purdy and Pursley. Off you go. I don't know why I'm sending Pursley. Alright, City Hall. What might I possibly want? You know what? How about a SWAT upgrade? I feel we might need that.
311A in progress.
Fight, Desire Park. Retiree Manny Vash called in a report of fights between a little girl's father and a dog lover whose Rottweiler had frightened the child. While the men were busy settling matters, the dog was spotted running towards the amusement park. Alright, Koichi, Yancey, off you go. So yeah, tell me, is McCoy old? No, he's not. Why is he so tired?
311A complete.
Good. Well done, well done, everyone.
216 in progress.
Unlawful assembly. It seems City Hall is the unhappy target of a spontaneous demonstration. Some 20 people have gathered in protest against the increased garbage tax. The protesters are behaving peacefully, but they are demanding to speak with city officials. Well, if they're being peaceful, I don't think we need to send the paddy wagon. Well done. Percy, you're now of average professionalism. Well done. This is the only investigation I have active at the moment. Everyone get to work.
910B in progress.
Robbery, city center. Tiffany Lee, while visiting the local mall, encountered a hooded individual who grabbed her expensive bag and bolted. She immediately called the police. Isn't the mall safe anymore? That man must still be in the building. Hurry. Okay, we will hurry. Give me a moment. There we go. We gotta send our best recruit. And by best, I mean most average. But he's getting there. Well done, you lot.
1311 in progress.
Counterfeiting.
Looks like we have a situation.
The offender attempted to escape the mall, but the guards blocked the door. He turned and fled back inside, looking for another way out. Somebody stop that thief. The offender ran into a skating ring and then slipped and fell on the ice. As he struggled to regain his footing, he pulled a knife from his pocket. Use pepper spray.
910B complete.
Pepper spray! Pepper spray! Never underestimate the pepper spray! A woman put a tent in a park and is inviting everyone to come buy a new highly profitable currency which will rise 10 times in value over the coming week. A long line has already formed and people are starting to push and curse each other. I feel like letting that happen because they're that stupid. Honestly.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Hotspot.
What the hell do you need reinforcements for? I mean, granted, it's not very far away, so I'll send you the reinforcements, but still, it's counterfeiting. What do you possibly need the reinforcements for? Loot found. Money. Well, obviously, we're going to sell the money. I mean, after all, it's money! Theft. Frank McCoy's wallet was stolen at the bus stop. He quickly noticed the loss, and he's hunting for the pickpocket with his friend. The group is blaming everyone in sight, and the situation is quickly escalating. Alright, don't you worry. We just gotta wait for our best recruit to make it home. Well, you're a singular person, so Purdy. A man came to the hospital with a large dog. The dog was on a leash and wearing its muzzle. But it was growling and jumping on other patients. The duty nurse warned the man that it was against hospital policy to bring animals into the building. But the man just snarled at her and refused to listen. Purdy, get on it. Pursley, Koichi, and Little, you deal with the theft. I'm gonna turn Pursley into a proper officer. Maybe one that doesn't ask to have a day off every single day.
215 in progress.
Mass riot. Why? Approximately 100 people have gathered into the park to protest the construction of a new casino near the cemetery. Soon after, a group of pickup trucks pulled up and several strong men climbed out. Without saying a word, they began to fight with the demonstrators. Oh, so that's the issue. We're not dealing with the demonstrators, we're dealing with the people fighting the demonstrators. Well, let's send everything. Well done, Purdy. I expect no less. Well done, officers. I expect no less.
Here.
The fight is in full swing, and some of the combatants are carrying weapons. Surround the park and order everyone to calm down.
Complete.
Well done. Well, I mean, we did have a SWAT team. It's not like we couldn't, you know, surround the park.
412A in progress.
Assault. A young DJ, upon exiting a store, ran into a strange-looking man wearing a black robe and black and red robe. First, the man knocked his energy drink from the DJ's hands and told him the merits of drinking human blood. His demeanor became threatening, and he demanded money for protection from the forces of darkness. A fight between the two men erupted, during which the DJ suffered several bites. The attacker then began to accost other passerbyers, including a frightened group of teenagers, and then sunk his teeth into the shoulder of an elderly woman. Purdy and Pursley, you two are clearly the best duo we have together. Handle it. Report, possible homicide. Excellent. What did I find from this now? Do I actually need to read everything that's going on here? Probably, actually. Miss Perez. Nona Perez, the girl who found the body. I was talking with Himiko on the phone literally an hour ago. He was kissed inviting me over to his house when someone rang the doorbell. Himiko went to open it and said, "See you," and hung up. When I got there, I saw a big man in a hood on the stairs. Then I opened his apartment. With the key Hikaru gave me and found him in a pool of blood. That logically means because you're the friend, you'd be there. The shot was made at close range. The surrounding skin is burnt, and there are traces of powder in the wound. The angle of the shot is typical for suicides, but it could also be an execution. The face and body show bruising from the fist blows. There was plenty of alcohol in his system too, and all over his robe as well. Right. A note written in capital letters with numerous errors. The skinheads beat me up. The skinheads beat me up on the way home from work. They hit me with their fist and shout, "Monkeys like me can die." They beat me because I can't fight, because I'm tired and all the hate and fear. My crap job and this crap town, I don't want to live. Okay, if that's not fake. So, that clearly happened. He was on the phone. He got called in. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it's like that. Then again, you look like you're outside the door, so maybe you're first. Oh, there we go. Excellent. Connell O'Toole, Lieutenant of the Varga family. You're not in today. We'd better wait until tomorrow then.
412A.
Report assault. Pursley, you've now reached 200! Well done, chap! Right. Let us end the day now. Ooh, another cutscene. What's going on here?
According to Mrs. Markham, I was supposed to spend all day thinking up the right words. But to my surprise, I did my best work when I shut my head off.
Alright.
I didn't even want to think why Laura decided we'd meet at 3 o'clock in the morning, and in a restaurant we'd never gone to. I didn't know what to tell her. And
Okay.
something tells me she's no more ready for this meeting than I am.
Fair.
By nightfall, I finally stopped worrying. The right words would come when they were needed. And if they don't come at all, then so be it.
So be it. So, what's going on? Or is Mr. Varga going to approach us now? Well, there's some running happening.
I've heard said when you're knocked out by a single blow, you don't have time to feel any pain. Well, that's a lie. It's painful as hell. Every day I spent in that coma, the pain was unbearable.
Oh. Oh. What? Wild corruptionist. What the Christ is this? Game A? The Christ is this? Day 55. Hey, I thought that thing was me, not the person I was meant to be shooting. Well.
Yeah, I heard about that already. But what if they decide to spill it to the papers? We need to start thinking now about covering our asses. I know people who can deal with this, but they'll need at least a week. Plus, if we want to...
Lieutenant Stat, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I have Jack Boyd on the line.
Who?
Jack Boyd, sir. He's calling from the hospital.
Gibson, I'll call you back. Don't do anything without my team.
What's going on?
Well, wow. I didn't know you were awake. Doctor said you could be in that coma for months, even years. How are you feeling?
Tell me who's in control, Martin.
I don't think I follow you.
For God's sake, Martin, tell me it's you running the department and not some stooge from the mayor's office.
Yes, Jack. I am performing the duties of the police chief, but the new man's coming on Saturday, Kevin Paulson.
Kevin Paulson?
Yes, it's the guy from the...
I know who Kevin Paulson is. Now listen carefully, Martin. I'm coming back to work. I'm Freeburg's police chief, and it's gonna stay that way for another 4 months. Now you get on the phone and do whatever needs to be done. You run into any problems, threaten them with the media, court, or blackmail. But I don't think they'll give you any trouble. The mayor knows it's easier to just wait until the winter than deal with a scandal. Oh, and assemble a press conference.
Okay.
Listen, Jack, I know the truth is on your side, but you have to take into account...
Martin, how long since you transferred to my department?
Coming up on 5 years now.
How many times in the last 5 years have you come to my birthday party? How many times have you come to the farm when I had the boys over?
Never had the pleasure, but...
Never. Because you couldn't care less. And I don't care for you either, Stat. It wasn't me who appointed you deputy, and you wouldn't have been my first choice. But if you do ever come over to my house, you won't miss the big hole in my backyard. Garbage pit. You know, for old rubbish. A smelly hole filled with rotten furniture and other crap. So, Stat, if I even for a moment doubt your devotion, you'll go straight into that pile of trash. And you'll get to catch up with some old friends. You remember Kendrick, don't you?
I'll schedule the press conference for tomorrow, all right, Jack?
The day after tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going shopping.
I mean, fair enough. Wow, a lot has just happened. You have a new car. We hope it will help you fulfill all your secret dreams. Oh, sweet. It's about time I got a new one. You have new clothes. We hope they make you feel younger. Now you have a new hairstyle. We expect that this luxurious head of hair will easily convince everyone that you're king among men. You have a new aptitude. From now on, you are a true warrior. The one who will not suffer the idiots who stand in his way. You are independent and self-confident. Sunglasses. One last detail is missing. Fashionable sunglasses. They'll give a final touch to your new image. The image of a peerless tiger. Good morning. How can I help you? Thank you. I'll get what I need. Thank you. I'm used to making decisions without... Thank you. I know exactly what I want. Yeah, that's what you want to say. And we want... Well, we're wearing red. So I feel we want green. These sunglasses tell everyone that nothing will stop you. Let's get them. Now that you have your new fashionable sunglasses, may they transform not only your appearance, but how you feel. Booyah! I guess.
No, that would be too much.
You just spent $500 on them and you just throw them away? Alright, what the hell's going on?
Wow, Jack, what's with the outfit? You planning on...
The pit in the backyard, Martin. Always remember about the pit in the backyard.
Don't talk to anyone before the press conference starts. I'll try to get you on stage quickly. Kevin Paulson is here. He wanted to...
Jack! I hardly recognize you. That's quite an image for a man like you. An old dog with a new trick, right? We should see each other more often. How long has it been?
Last time I saw you, I fired you, Kevin.
Ha! You mean the day I resigned in protest over the corruption and lawlessness at your police department, right?
Yeah, repeat that shit often enough, someday you might start believing it.
You know, Jack, I'm glad that everything turned out so well. Unlike you, I've made good use of the past 7 years. My new construction company keeps getting jobs from the city, and we're doing really well. I have a new house, new hobbies, even a new wife. Maybe you've met her, Shelley Rogers.
Oh, Shelley Rogers. So you really are in bed with the mayor.
It's a dream come true. All my dreams
Well.
have come true. Only one thing remains. To bring order to the Freeburg Police Department.
Yeah, fat chance
You
of
being
that.
serious, Kevin?
I'm serious as ever, Jack. I'm the most serious man you know.
Well,
It's not often you see the past and the future Freeburg police chiefs at the same press conference. I hope you have time to talk, Kevin. There's something we need to discuss.
huh.
Jack, the reporters are waiting for you.
Okay.
My retirement plan somehow just got turned into a circus. Fortunately, I'm pretty good at swallowing swords and jumping through burning hoops. They all seem to like it.
Fair, I guess. What's going on? Good morning. Good morning! Mr. Boyd, is that a new hairstyle? Yes! I feel like a different person, so I figured I'd look like one too. Do you know the person who attacked you? I just need time. I don't remember much about that night, but my doctor says my memory might return. City Hall has yet to give a definite answer as to whether you'll be returning to your post. Do you believe Rogers will decide in your favor? Of course. I'm Freeburg's chief of police, whether he likes it or not. Do you think what happened to you has somehow affected you? Why guess? Let's wait a bit and find out. Thank you. Well, that was pretty simple. Jack Boyd recovers from head injury. Jack Boyd unable to name attackers. Chief of police awakens from coma. Well, everyone, I think that's a good place to end today's episode. A lot has just happened at the very end there. So, yeah, looks like, well, what can I say, everyone, other than thank you all for joining me today. I've been your host, the Parafox Archangel, the English gentleman of the internet, and I hope to see you all again next time. But I'm afraid that, until then, it is time for me to bid thee all farewell, good day, and finally, good night.